Over here lastly with Pat. Pat, how you doing today?
Very good.
Thank you very much for taking the time, man. I appreciate it. This is a treat.
Thanks for having us.
We don't have much time, so let's just get to business. What do we got here for
Okay,
guitars?
well, let's see. These are guitars that I've been playing for about the last 40 years.
Are these the custom ones that you had made?
I had these made, gosh, I don't know, back in 1980, 79, 80, something like that. So a long time anyway.
Yeah.
You can see I've been playing them. Westwood Music, made by a friend of mine, Mark Brown.
Okay.
Made these, and he made an identical guitar. EMG pickups.
What kind of tremolo is that?
This is a Washburn tremolo. They don't make these anymore, but these came off of Washburn guitars.
What do you like about that versus a standard one?
Well, it stays in tune really well. It's the strings are go across these rollers, and so when you depress the bar, the strings, instead of having a friction element going on with the bridge, these roll. So pretty cool. And mainly I use it for sustain kind of things. Not so much, a little bit of dive bombing, but not as much, because it has a limited travel. But I use it for sustain, and I I like it for effect. Just the old Bigsby kind of effect.
And so those pickups, are those like EMGs? Or?
These are EMGs,
okay.
yeah, and they're powered so that they have a little mid-range boost here,
preamp,
which I use pretty much all the time, and so it gives a little more edge to everything. And then my tone is pretty dynamic, and I do rotate that a little bit from time to time. Cuts off some of the highs. Normally I'm in the second position for rhythms. I drop down to my one before the bottom here for leads a lot, for a little more cut. So that anyway, that's these three guitars are kind of all similar, and this was made by Joe Valley.
And that was another tech?
Right, and who was a teacher at the Roberto Venn School of Luthier in Phoenix, Arizona. And it's coal wood. I think this is ash maybe here, but it's a great guitar. Basically set up the same with the Washburn tremolo.
I like the little guard here too on the volume knob.
This is something that somebody turned us on to. It really keeps me from knocking and shutting the volume off inadvertently. Basically set up more or less the same, and it's got a little driven thing there as well. So
what do you use like between the two that we've seen so far, like for song choices? Why would one get used?
I probably use this the most. It's just a great sounding guitar.
Looks sharp too.
It's a great looking guitar. I love
it looks good on camera.
So I probably play this one the most. Second, probably I play this green guitar. I really like it as well.
What do you really enjoy about the Strat body style, or the Strats?
I played Gibsons for years, and I do love Gibson guitars. I still play them in the studio and stuff, but I love the rhythm sound coming from the Strat, and I have these set up so with this tremolo and so on, so they really have great sustain. A little bit lighter woods for the body, and that again resonates a little bit more. So just great guitars to play, and the necks are kind of standard Strat necks. I don't have real big hands, so my necks are kind of small.
And what about your action? How do you have it set up? Are you like low action, or do you kind of have a little fight?
In between, yeah. Okay. I like it set up enough so that I can bend the string without running into the other string. So it's higher than some people might have it, lower than others.
And are you running higher strings than Tom? I know Tom across the way there said he was running 9s.
I think these are probably 9s as well. Yeah. I have run as small as 8s.
Wow.
And I like those, but I don't know, these tend to stay in tune better, and I break less strings. So I'm pretty
What's
sure
the story behind this white one? You don't need to necessarily bring it out, but I see 3 yeahs on it.
I keep forgetting to sing yeah, yeah, yeah at a certain part in a song, and so one night I just did that so I'd remember. And this is a Jimmy Vaughn Strat, and I do use this nightly as well. It's
What
a great,
song
great
do you
guitar.
use that on? Or
I use that on Music is a Doctor, and what else am I playing it on?
Is Music a Doctor? Is that the song that you have to say sing
Yeah.
It's like you're answering yeah.
Maybe that's the only song I'm using it on now. I think that's the only tune I've been using.
All right, continuing the tour down the boat here. What do we see behind those electrics? Or I guess that's still electric.
So this is a Rick Turner guitar, different than the one Lindsey Buckingham plays. This is an acoustic version. I love this guitar. It's